Good morning, everyone. I'm going to start off today's show with a question for y'all. Do you guys like reading? Don't lie, because honestly, I don't read. I do not like books. But y'all know I'm trying to make an effort to read. And you know what they say about the fall? It's a perfect season to get some reading done. And I agree, especially during the day with the warmth of the sun, the light breeze cooling me down. So I'm making an effort to actually read me some books. You know, I'm trying to educate myself. You know, you can picture it in your head sitting on a bench in the grass at the park, reading a good book, feeding the soul. And if you get a little hungry while you're reading, you know, pack a little snack. Granola bars, sandwiches, something to feed the stomach, of course. But right now, we're not going to read books. We're not going to feed y'all. What we're going to do is put some honey to your ears with this man of, I guess, soulful, musical love. I'm talking about my brother, Mr. Bruno Mars. Check it out. This is a song, Just the Way You Are. That was Bruno Mars with Just the Way You Are. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. You guys are tuned into TBS efm 101.3. Listen to What's Poppin'. And the first half of our show is brought to you by so many sponsors. So we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors. Welcome back to What's Poppin' with your boy Brian Ju on TBS efm 101.3 and GFN 98.7 in Gwangju and 93.7 in Yeosu. Now, how to get in contact with us? It's pretty simple. Send us a text to sharper pound 1013, but you will be charged 51. Wow, wow, wow. Also, you can reach us on Twitter at TBS What's Poppin' or Kakao message us as long as you add us, TBS EFM, of course, as a plus friend. Also, open studio right now. Okay, open studio recording this Wednesday at 11 a.m., which is tomorrow, of course. So if you want to find out how to get here or just want to let us know that you come in so we know to get you all situated and get the chairs all ready for the open studio, please send us an email to efmpoppin@gmail.com. Alrighty, but right now we're going to get into our new segment for the season. This is called Pop a Verse. Actually, I love this segment because it makes me shine. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, for those of you who don't know what Pop a Verse is, this is the time where I'm going to drop some verses on y'all about my thoughts about the beginning part of a show. Now, try guessing which songs I got the verses from, guys. Alrighty? So, here we go. Now, there's a lot of books out there that we can just read for fun, like the Harry Potter series or the Twilight Saga. And don't get me wrong, I mean, reading about wizards and vampires and weird creatures and all that stuff can get your mind off of some of the stressful things in the world, you know, all the stuff that we go through in the real world. But how about reading some soulful books once in a while? You know, I'm talking about the classics. You know, I haven't read the classics, but that's what I need to get my mind on right now. And I'm talking about poetry, even biographies. Now, self-help books can be great to give you some guidelines on how to live a better life. Personally, I gotta say, I enjoyed growing up. You know, even though I didn't want to read, I'd choose biographies. Biographies were better because you get the story of what made these people, why they're so influential, you know, and how they got all that potential and how they were inspired. That really inspired me as well. And I think they provide you with the perspective on the views of the world, you know, and that seemed to make everything click and makes you the better you today. Because even though you might not see it now, there's a hero when you look inside your heart. You don't have to be afraid of what you are. And can you do it? If you guys know what that's from yesterday's R. Kelly, I can't get that off my mind. Now, there's a lot of great people out there, but know that you guys are just as awesome, all right? Do not try to think of yourself lower than anybody because you are beautiful the way you are. All right, check it out. The first song, I'm not going to say who it is because you're going to have to guess it from the Pop a Verse. That was the beautiful Mariah Carey with Hero. We're going to get to the second song. This is Chrisette Michelle featuring Neo, What You Do. All right, now it's time for Brian's tip to tip the scale. Yes, and now when I mean tip the scale, doesn't mean losing weight and all that stuff. I'm saying I'm going to give you tips, health tips, because you know me, your boy Brian Ju. I'm all about living a healthy lifestyle, eating well, working out, staying in shape, and I just want to share some knowledge with you guys to tip your scale to a better life. So check it out. Reading books. I know I don't like to do it, but we got to do it, especially on your ebooks. It's good for your soul and mind, but it could be really bad for your neck. You guys didn't know that, did you? Now, many people don't have the proper posture when they're reading. And I know all y'all like, to get comfy when you read. So you lean back in your chair, your sofa, or even your beds as you read. And you tilt your head a little forward and your body stays back and your head creeps closer towards the book or your screen, whatever you're using to read your books. And this really strains your neck muscles and gives you the turtleneck syndrome. I know you've never heard that before, the turtleneck syndrome. Don't worry, it's not too serious as long as you guys stretch those muscles. Just like you're doing a workout, you want to stretch those muscles. Take about a 5-minute break every hour, because if you keep your position in the improper posture the whole time, you're going to get some neck strains that you don't want. You don't want that turtleneck syndrome. So take about 5 minutes every hour, stretch the back of your neck, turn your head a little bit, even stretch your shoulders out a little bit. Grab a drink of water every hour. You should just sip water too, because that's good for you as well. Now go to a corner of the room, face the corner with your hands on each side of the wall, also of the wall, of course, and lean forward. Get a good stretch in the neck. This is going to actually wake you up too. If you're reading a book, a lot of people tend to fall asleep. I do. So get up. Stretch a little bit, wake yourself up, get back into the book, And also, an easy way that you might do all this is drop one arm down as well, with the other arm wrapped over your head and pull it downwards in the opposite direction of the arm that is dropped down to your side. Now, being inspired, feeding the soul, it's all great and important, but none of that would matter when you have, muscle pains, because you don't want to read a book and focus on the pains in your head and your neck. You want to be able to focus on the book and what the book's about. Alrighty, y'all? So try to do that. Try to put the book down just for 5 minutes. I know, I'm sorry, you nerdy people out there love to stick to your books, your little Twilight sagas or whatever you call it. But put it down 5 minutes every hour and stretch a little bit. Alrighty? Or do what I do. You're sick and tired of reading? Go grab a glass of wine and watch some TV. There you go. And then come back to it. All right. That's some knowledge for y'all. That's Brian's tip to tip the scale. But next we got Poppin' Roots coming up with Mike Jones. That's in the second half. So if you want to find out what's going to happen, y'all have to stay tuned. Right now we're going to go to a song. And this is my boy that I got to work with a few years back. Check it out. This is Jason Derulo with The Other Side. And we're back and you're tuned to TBS efm 101.3, listening to What's Poppin' with your boy Brian Jew. But guess what? Mike Jones will be stepping in the studio to talk about sampling and all on our new segment. And the segment is called Poppin' Roots. So if you guys want to find out what's going to happen, you got to stay tuned for that. He's going to be talking about great tracks to listen to. He's going to be playing the old school version, the new school version, so you guys can compare. But that's going to be shortly after our sponsors. So check it out. For word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to What's Poppin'. This is Michael J. And Brian's over there in the corner.
Hi.
Oh, man.
On this corner, I'm Ghetto Brian.
Brian is picking his toenails and yeah.
That's what I do. I got my shoes off. I got my toes in the air.
This is gross.
And I'm picking my toe jams.
Come on, man.
Because later I'm going to make peanut butter and jam.
That is disgusting.
Ew. I just said that and I just about to vomit.
It's actually, we have a very interesting relationship,
yes,
Brian
we do.
and I. He just takes his shoes off, puts his foot up on the table and just starts picking his toenails. I mean, I feel really
it's better
honored.
my toenails than anything else. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm keeping it clean.
I feel good because, I get to see this part of Brian that,
I'm pretty sure nobody wants to see that part of me.
Well, maybe
it's just a part of me. Michael Jackson. Look at that. Segue.
I'm feeling groovy in my heart.
Groovy in the heart.
Speaking of art.
Yes.
I saw you at the Shart Hall this weekend.
Yes. The funny thing is, the theater that I'm doing my musical at is called SH Art Hall.
The SH Art.
But they didn't put a space between the SH and the art, so it looks like Shart Hall.
Right. And now some people don't know what a shart is. You want to go to Urban Dictionary.
I actually explained it to the Korean theater staff.
Nice.
Yeah, they're like, oh, why so funny? Wait, I don't get why people laugh when you see that, foreigners. Because, well, in America, sharting is when you accidentally have gas come out of your stomach and something more than just gas comes out. And then they're like, oh, now get it. It's so funny now.
We are in the Shart Hall. All right. Anyway.
But we're not talking about shart right now.
We're not talking about
shart. We're talking about Poppin' Roots.
Poppin' Roots, where I take a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I show you how this is related to that, and we make music.
So this is like a mixology, like a
sort of
cocktail corner.
Only I really have nothing to do with it. I just select the song and say, hey, this part goes with this part. And
you are dropping some knowledge on these people.
I am dropping some serious knowledge on people. And actually today we got a couple songs The first one, we're going to talk about a sample. Now, I guarantee as soon as we play this sample, people are going to be like, oh, that's part of that song. So what I want to do is just talk about the sample a little bit. And
let's talk about that.
And then we're going to see if people can guess what it is. So the sample comes from a group, a kind of unknown group from the around the 1969 to /1974 period called the Chi-Lites.
Never heard of them.
You never heard of the Chi-Lites?
No,
I bet you have. I bet you've heard.
Sounds
at
like
least
a bug.
Well, it's kind of a bug.
Like a termite? Chi-Lites?
Chi-Light. Like chia pet.
Yes.
Did you ever have a chia pet?
No, I always wanted one though.
No, it's no kidding.
I was like,
I would like one of
the... My mom be like, shut up.
If you don't know what a chia pet is, it's this like molded thing that's got like these seeds on it, and you put water in it, like makes hair.
It's supposed to be a sheep.
Well, I saw one with hair, like you could get like afro hair or something on it. It was really quite strange.
Well, the one I had, it was a sheep. So
you wanted a sheep
because my parents didn't want me to have. My parents didn't want me to have a dog, so at least I could have a chia pet and pretend it's a dog.
I feel sorry for you now. A chia pet.
I know.
Sheep. Anyway, we're talking about not about chia pets. We're talking about Chi-Lites. The Chi-Lites. And the song we're talking about is called "Are You My Woman? Tell Me So."
I am not your woman.
No, this is not. I'm not addressing this to you, Brian. Jeez.
People listening.
Some people are so self-centered.
I'm just worried about the people who tuning in right now. Like, what is Brian and Michael Jones really doing right now?
I'm watching Brian pick his toenails while I'm talking about the Chi-Lites and the chia pets.
All right, we talking about Chi-Lites right now.
You've probably heard of the Chi-Lites. One of their famous songs is, "Oh girl, I'd be in trouble if you left me now."
Hold on.
I don't know
Hold on. Stop. You're right. Pause. Mute. Is that how they sound when they pause? Is that how they sound when they sing it?
No, they sound much better than me.
All right, because you just sang like two notes. We need to auto-tune that. We need to auto-tune that.
Oh.
You should audition for K-pop groups. That's what you should do. Auto-tune that.
Anyhow, hopefully somebody was able to recognize the sort of song that I was trying to do. That was their really popular song, the Chi-Lites.
Okay.
The song that appears in the song, the song "Are You My Woman? Tell Me So." It appears in a very famous song.
Oh, don't tell them what it is yet.
I won't. We'll play it.
We'll play the sample.
It wasn't really popular. Yeah, let's play the sample. It wasn't really popular. Anyhow, let's play the sample and see if people can guess what song it belongs to.
Seems to be a misunderstanding about who you belong to. I'm tired of the he say, she say, and who shot John.
Okay.
Can you guess?
Okay.
The way Brian was twerking up here, you can totally guess who it is.
Oh my goodness, Miley Cyrus, I got something on you. I was twerking it up in the studio. But actually, the original version, I never knew it was by the Chi-Lites. But the version that we know today is actually slower.
Yep.
Yeah,
and she just takes that first part, that that first part of that song.
And also the drum sequence.
Some of the part, yep.
But just slowed it down a little bit. The BPM's a lot slower. And we're talking about, who are we talking about?
Last week, who did we talk about last week? Remember who we talked about?
We talked about everybody.
We talked about everybody except this. No, we didn't. Yeah, we did talk about this person.
Okay.
We talked about Jay-Z.
Okay.
And this week I figured, let's do the other half of the world's richest musical couple.
Yes.
Let's talk about the other half of that. And so we're talking about Beyonce. Of course, we're talking about Crazy in Love by Beyonce.
Beyonce's my fiance.
I learned some interesting facts about this. Now, I didn't know. Yes. I actually thought this song came out way later. I didn't realize it came out in 2003.
Oh.
Did you know that? I thought, it still plays on the radio. I thought it was brand new. Look at me. I know only a little. So I learned a little bit about this. I learned that Jay-Z actually appeared in this song. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I didn't know this. I'm learning stuff, Brian. I'm learning. I'm capable of learning. I'm so excited.
You crazy Canadian.
You're looking at me a little strange right now. I'm feeling a little guilty. Anyhow, so this song featured Jay-Z. This is before they got married. Mm-hmm. Apparently, I don't know if there was a spark during that little beginning time, but they dated for a while and then eventually got together. And
I'm wondering when they started dating.
Well, actually, there's no exact number when they started dating. They did get married in 2008, though.
Okay.
Yeah. But this video, I watched the video probably 17 times yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, Beyonce is...
Wait, you saw the actual music video?
Yeah,
or
the
live
actual
stage
music
performance.
No, I've never seen the live stage performance.
Oh my goodness! You
I
don't
bet
know
you
what
it's even better.
I saw her in concert.
Oh man.
I saw her back to back in concert in Korea when she was in Seoul. She had 2
man.
days. I was in the audience like, Beyonce, I love you. I was going crazy. I was singing every song. I was like, if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. I was like, I got a ring.
Yeah, right. She is, doesn't she just like make you feel positive? Just
Makes
watching
you
her,
feel-
it's just like, wow, she's got such good energy.
Yes, she makes you feel good about life. She makes you feel good about yourself. She makes you feel great that you breathe in air and you're alive right now.
Makes me grateful that I've got eyeballs, that I can
don't
look
know
upon
if she...
God's handiwork. Beyonce.
Oh, the one song that she got? No, you have to see her perform that song, Video Phone. What?
Video phone, really?
On stage, like, it's my video phone. And she gets her cell phone and she's like taping everybody in the audience.
Nice.
And then she puts her phone in places that only Jay-Z gets to see at night. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, on my video phone. I'm like, I want to see your video phone.
Man, oh man, she's awesome.
She's amazing.
She's awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, interestingly, she is... What was it? Her Mrs. Carter tour. Mm-hmm. She earned she didn't personally earn, but the concert itself earned $2 million a night.
Oh,
every night she put on a concert. That means
goodness.
that the concert she played in Seoul, there's a good chance it earned at least $2 million US a night.
I wish I had that kind of cash.
Man, oh man, this is just amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. What's your favorite
anyways,
Beyonce song? Before we go into the song, what's your favorite Beyonce song?
My favorite Beyonce song? There's too many.
Too many?
I actually liked it better when she was back in the Destiny's Child days.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a survivor. I love tracks like that.
She's awesome. She's awesome. One of my favorites is her and Justin Timberlake. They get together to do a Marvin Gaye song. They did it on the Grammys. Ain't Nothing Like a Real Thing.
It's a good song.
So awesome.
But right now, we got to get into the song. You talk too much, dude.
Too much.
All right, this is Beyonce with Crazy in Love. So sexy right now. Brian Jew, Michael Jones. Not Mike Jones. Mike Jones not sexy.
I am too.
Not.
Dude, I twerk and I get sexy with myself.
I'm sorry, you listeners cannot see Mike right now, but he's definitely not the type of person who will look right twerking on stage.
Man, and all the producers are laughing. I'm feeling a little guilty right now, or a little unappreciated.
You know why?
Why?
You know why they're laughing?
Because
they're visually seeing you twerking it right now, and it's not a sight that we want to see right now.
All
How about this? I'll videotape you twerking it, and I'll put it on my Twitter, and then put it on the TBS WhatsApp.
That's
Poppin
awesome.
Twitter.
That's awesome. That's okay. We'll do that. You're
gonna twerk it seriously?
Yeah, I'll twerk it.
Ew. All right, we're back in the studio.
Yep, we just finished listening to Crazy in Love by Beyonce, which featured the sample by the Chilates called Are You My Woman? And now we're going to move into the next sample, and it's actually by a really famous, I know you've heard of this guy, Herbie Hancock.
I heard of him.
No, now I can't think of the song Rocket that got really, really famous ago. Herbie Hancock, anyway, 1966, came out with a song called Bringing Down the Birds.
Okay.
Now, Herbie Hancock, if you don't know, is an amazing artist. He's now 73 years old. He's released nearly 50 albums. His last album was released in 2010. The guy is amazing, absolutely amazing. Pianist. He played with Miles Davis.
Wow.
Miles Davis actually sought this guy out because he was so awesome.
That's amazing.
Yep. So we're gonna listen to the song that he did in 1966. It was actually part of an obscure movie, part of a soundtrack to an obscure movie called Blow Up. Okay. And let's listen to this. See if people can kind of. Right? This is the sample. Okay. Let's see if people can kind of picture what song this is part of.
Yeah, people need to start doing music like this again.
No kidding, eh?
Yes.
Isn't that awesome?
Boom.
Isn't that awesome?
Boom. Yes.
Song totally it remained in obscurity, remained in virtual obscurity until a group, not the Chi-Lites, but a group called the D-Lites came out. Mixed this tune into their one-hit wonder that is still today a very, very famous song. Do you know the song?
I don't know the rap lyrics.
The groove is in the heart. I'm not gonna sing.
Then you do
more.
it again. You start on the right tune. Groove is in the heart.
Well, see, I feel a bit shy.
Why?
I think it's a self-esteem thing, Brian.
Michael.
Yes.
Talk about your lifestyle.
Perhaps
were you beaten as a
lifestyle? Was I beaten as a child? Yes, I was. No, I was not beaten.
Okay,
as a child.
But we're talking about
D-Light
now.
D-Groovy, D-Light. Hopefully, some of the people listening have heard of D-Light. I'm sure they've heard of this song, right?
I'm pretty sure.
This song has gone around
in movies.
It's been in movies. It's been sampled over, I think, 70 times with different dance mixes and what.
But the generation now, the kids in high school now, probably don't know the song.
Don't know the song, which is part of the reason I selected it, because it's still one of the coolest songs. When I was in high school, I listened to this song. 1990, this song came out, so it is an older one, but it's got 1990.
It's
but
that old?
It's that old, but it's still got such cool sound to it. And
it's a good song.
I wanted to throw it in there. It hit number one in the U.S. dance charts.
I wonder who would redo the song, because I know back in the day it's like groove is in the heart, but nowadays if they redid it, it'd be like groove is in the heart.
I hope not.
Auto-tune.
I hope not. I hope that they would do it very similarly, because it's
hopefully
it's awesome. It's an awesome song.
It's a great song. Now,
go ahead.
we were talking about Herbie Hancock earlier, because that's originally his song.
Yep.
Now, who has he worked with other than Miles Davis?
Who hasn't Herbie Hancock worked with?
Oh, really?
Seriously.
Brian Jew.
No, okay.
I want to work with a 73-year-old man.
I think, I was looking for information to see if he's actually still producing music. My guess is he probably has his in-house studio, goes in there, plays around with his stuff, and he's probably still creating. Who's he worked with? Honestly, I don't.
I see a name right there that I just went, whoa, because this person was one of my favorite artists growing up. And
Janet Jackson?
How'd you know?
Oh, okay.
I was part of the fan club.
Right on.
Yes.
I don't know
Rhythm
that
Nation fan club.
I don't know that he actually worked with her, Brian.
Really?
I know he did some work with Michael Jackson. Yeah, Janet Jackson sampled him. Also, Madonna sampled a couple of his songs.
I think when you sample another artist's work, it's like you worked with them anyway, because you're putting a piece of that artist into your music.
Sure, and if you're doing, I don't know, you can't sample without giving them partial royalties.
Royalties, right? And you got to get the permission to.
Okay,
as well.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So
Delight.
We're going to listen to Delight, DeGroovy, Delight. If you want to know more about Delight, literally, there's not a whole lot about them. They were a one-hit wonder. They've got a Korean-raised Japanese DJ who, in
really?
many ways, his name was Toa Tae. His Korean name is Donghwa Chung. He's literally considered a thought leader in the DJ profession. He was kind of like an innovator.
Now, is he still working in the DJ world by himself?
He's still working in the DJ world by himself.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't like playing with mixers. Apparently, he's a computer guy. He really likes the computers, likes tweaking with computers.
So he makes his own sounds and stuff.
As far as I know, he does. He's 46 now, I think.
46?
I know. This is just amazing. But apparently, that doesn't mean...
What's his DJ name, though?
I don't... Toa Tae. So I think he changed his DJ. Yeah, I think he changed his DJ name later on. He worked with what is that? Chiamato? Oh man, now I'm going to get my name. Chiamato. Yeah. He worked with that group for a while. He's done tons of stuff. He's been around. He's an innovator. And
wow. So he probably speaks Korean and Japanese.
As far as I know, he's very Japanese.
Oh, I know this dude. I don't know him personally, but I remember in the video seeing an Asian guy.
Yeah.
That's that dude.
Yep.
Okay.
And,
awesome.
He's awesome. He's got a bunch of different stuff. So
get into the song right now, and unfortunately, it's the last song of the hour.
Time to go away. Yeah. Did I hit more than one sound on that?
The listeners,
the
right now,
producer's covering her face.
Not only that, the listeners are probably going to hear a long blank. Brian, you not saying anything. I just looked at Mike like, what? That's amazing. That's my amazing face.
Nice.
Yes. But thank you guys for tuning in again on this wonderful Tuesday morning. This is Brian Jew and
Michael Jones
signing off.
Thanks.
And the last song is called Groove is in the Heart by Delight. And we'll see you tomorrow.